see, Rabotai, we have a distorted understanding of what religious studies is. Because everything that we're getting weaker at is religious studies. Religious studies is not learning about Moshe Rabbeinu. Religious studies is not learning about Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. That's part of it, but it's not religious studies. Religious studies is the stuff that you're going to take with you beyond school. Now, how does this materialize into actual next level results? How do we see this in the world? It says that 16% of kids, or 33% of children are less observant than their parents, while 33% are more observant of their parents, and 34% are the same, meaning the results are all over the place. So where do we stand as, let's say, for example, the modern Orthodox, which is about 250,000 American Jews, almost half the religious people in America are modern Orthodox. Where do they stand? Only 65%. Now, these are modern Orthodox, meaning they consider themselves religious. Only 65% are strictly observant with Shabbat. 65% are strictly observant with a halacha that if you don't keep it, you're not even considered religious at all. Like the kid that I met in the gas station I told you about, and they told me, you religious? He's like, yeah, I'm somewhat religious. So you keep Shabbat? He goes, no, I drive. He goes, but my father is very religious. I say, oh, your father doesn't drive on Shabbat? He goes, no, he drives on Shabbat. He just drives to shul only, though. But he's very religious, my father, he says. I said, what makes him religious if he drives on Shabbat? He goes, every Rosh Hashanah, him and Mr. Such and Such from the Beit Knesset have a contest of who wins the donation contest. Who gives the most amount of money to the Chabad Center in Palm Beach? Because $30 million building is not enough. 65% keep Shabbat strictly. 66% keep kosher strictly. 66%. Meaning 34% eat taref. It's okay. No problem. Salads from outside. 62% put on tefillin every day. Torah says a Jew doesn't put on tefillin every day, has no share of the world to come. But 62% of so-called religious modern Orthodox say they keep tefillin, halakha, strictly. 62%. And the worst of it all, only 58% of married women observe Taharat Mishpacha strictly. 58%. Which means, Rabotai, that 42% of the religious children coming out of religious parents, unorthodox, according to this study by Nishmat Research, you can see yourself, 42% may be from Nida. May be a result of karet. May be an actual walking sin for their parents for the rest of their life. Maybe. Not 100%, but maybe, according to the statistic.
How do you correct that? Now, how do you correct the child that was born?
The child himself has to do tshuva, obviously has to become frum. He has to become much stronger than his parents. As far as the parents themselves, how do they fix it? They have to do tshuva seriously. Say sorry for the mistakes that they made, but also support as much kiruv as possible to encourage other people not to make the same mistakes. This same study said that only 17% of religious people believe we need more kiruv. 17%. Meaning, with a statistic like that, you would think we are at the Bet HaMikdash, inside right now, because everybody's religious. But the reality is we're seeing that we have horrible statistics within the religious community. Most religious people are not as religious as they even think, even according to their own information. Even according to what they're saying about themselves, not what Yaron Reuven's opinion is. Only 74% believe that Hashem created the world. How do you call yourself religious if you don't believe Hashem created the world? Only 51% believe that Hashem is involved in our day-to-day activities, like Ashgacha Pratit. 51%. Rabbeinu Bechaya says that people like that are more dangerous than atheists. More dangerous than idol worshippers. Why? The idol worshipper, he believes there's a God for the sun, a God for the moon, a God for the money, a God for the flowers, a God for everything. At least there's something. The one that doesn't believe that Hashem watches everything just believes in there's nothing. Except himself. He's become God. He's responsible for his own parnasah. He's responsible for his own zivug. He's more dangerous. Why do they believe the biggest problem in Judaism is today? 90%, 89% to be exact, believe that the cost of Jewish school is a problem. It's the biggest problem in Judaism today. Now I agree that Jewish schools are very, very expensive, but I think the problem is not that. I think the problem is that the schools are terrible. Because if people come out like this, where only 50% of them believe in Hashgacha Pratit, 74 believe in God at all, and they call themselves religious still, 60% actually keep Tarat Mishpacha, and that's the religious ones, obviously there's something wrong with the schools. Why am I going to send my kid $30,000 a year to go become secular? I can do it for free. Now why do we have such a... The statistics get worse, by the way, but I think I depressed you enough for today. Let me give you guys a understanding of why. Why are we where we are? I went to a few yeshivot and spoke at a few yeshivot, and I asked the question to the kids: How many kids want to be Moshe Rabbeinu? I have yet to meet one kid that wants to be Moshe Rabbeinu. I asked the same question. I said, how many kids want to be LeBron James, the basketball player? Everybody raised their hand. We idolize the wrong people.